It's Mike.
It's Alex.
And it's Evan, and I'm the recorder slash pun producer slash
No more juice box guy.
elongator, and you're watching another episode of the Mike and Alex show.
Yes. We're still pandemicking, quarantine, but we're getting through it.
Yep.
No, you guys are getting through it.
Well, Alex, you're still alive,
gradually
like the
being
Pearl
dragged
Jam
along.
songs.
It's getting dark, guys. It's getting dark.
Getting dark. So
Well, here we are.
Yeah, we're gonna do kind of what we've done. We've done quite a lot of episodes about new music and movies and all that coming up. We're big pop culture and entertainment nuts. So always seems to do well. So we're gonna do one yet again.
Yeah, absolutely. So with the quarantine going on, I guess as far as stuff you've been listening to, stuff you've been watching, I guess I'll go. I've been catching up on random stuff from the 90s, like catching up on Simpsons episodes. I was watching Boy Meets World. I hadn't seen that show in a while. I was watching Step by Step. Just all these sitcoms as a kid.
I remember Step by Step.
Yeah, I love that show. I had the crush on the youngest girl, Al, at the time.
Oh, you like that?
Lincoln.
Yeah, Christina Lincoln. She grew up to be pretty good looking too. So
Yeah, married, has a few kids.
Yeah.
good for her. You killing it, Alex. But go ahead.
I'm gonna kill your fantasy right off the bat, bro.
Yes. So yeah, but you know what? That is one thing that's great is the time we live in with the technology. I mean, it's great to just punch in something you're thinking about on YouTube and there it is. Looks just like you saw it. 20 something years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, catching up on a lot of stuff like that. As far as that, I've been watching movies. Me and my brother have been doing this thing where we'll show each other a movie that the other person hasn't seen. So he showed me Saw because I'd never seen that, and it was pretty good. And I enjoyed it. The next one on the list, I'm going to show him The Ring because he's never seen The Ring.
I remember when you first saw The Ring.
I was on a first date in the first row too of the theater. In a packed movie theater in Boston, and I was, trying not to freak out in front of my date, but it was a scary movie.
And then he gets a phone call the next day from somebody.
I think it was you.
I called you to not realize that you had seen The Ring.
Yeah, you said something about 7 days, and I was like, no. We're going to a concert in 7 days.
Hey, what's going on, man? It's like, Jesus Christ, you scared me. I'm like, what? Why? And he's like, I just saw The Ring, and the phone calls, and they tell you have 7 days. Literally, as I'm talking about The Ring, the phone goes off.
I was a little paranoid, okay? The little girl was scary.
It was priceless.
But just catching up with stuff like that. I think the next thing on the docket is The Butterfly Effect. I've never seen that, so we're going to watch that.
Dude, skip that one. You don't need to see that.
Like early 2000s horror film.
That Ashton Kutcher movie.
Oh, no, yeah, it's sort of like...
I know.
Is it a horror movie because Ashton Kutcher starred in it and was trying to be a serious actor? Or was it a horror movie because of the actual theme?
I will say on that one, though, that there's... you're better off if you watch the alternate ending or the director's cut, whatever it is, too, because that's... there's two different ways that it kind of goes.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I don't know which one we're going to watch. It'll be on YouTube, so... Do you have a recommendation?
Don't do it. Don't watch it. It's time you're not going to be able to get back.
At least watch the...
I got the time right now, Alex. I got the time.
Even with this quarantine time, you're not going to get it back.
Jesus. So at least if you're going to watch the movie, also watch the alternate ending. Just so you can see kind of the different ways of doing it.
All right. All that stuff's on the docket here as far as that goes. Alex, what about you?
Oh, dude, so many things.
I must have watched the whole TV. You must watch the whole TV network.
I lost track of what I've been watching just because it's been a lot. The most recent thing I saw, Goop Labs with that Gwyneth Paltrow thing on Netflix. I've seen a lot of stand-up specials.
Thank you.
Pete Davidson, Chris D'Elia, and a couple of other people. I saw all of Ozarks. I saw what else did I? Oh, I saw Black AF, which is it's hilarious. It's from the creator of Blackish, and it's basically like a cross between Blackish.
Is that Kevin Hart movie?
And it's very tongue in cheek, like reality, like documentary style thing, like The Office was, and it's very funny. It's really funny. I actually enjoyed it better than Blackish.
Is that a Kevin Hart thing?
No, this is Kenyon Barris. I hope I pronounced his name right, but he's the creator of Blackish, and he wrote the script for the upcoming Coming to America 2 with Eddie Murphy.
Okay, all right. Sounds interesting.
Watched a couple of like DC animated movies. Just watched. Been watching a couple of new shows. Season 3 of Good Girls. This show called Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, which is hilarious.
I've heard of that. Is it good?
Yeah, it's very funny. It's basically it's basically modern pop music, threaded through, throughout the show, because she basically can read people's innermost thoughts through music. So like somebody will just randomly start singing and nobody else can see it but her.
Freaky.
Yes, it's very entertaining.
Have any of you guys watched Tiger King, or is that just a waste of time?
Not yet. I got it, but not yet.
That's like the popular show.
If there's literally nothing else to do in my life.
Not at that point.
I thought it was tigers eating people, but it's not. It's people that actually own tigers and their crazy lives. So it does very well in the South.
I'm not watching it. I refuse.
All right. Evan, how about you?
Well, I haven't watched quite as much TV or movies lately, just because I'm buying a house. But I digitized my whole DVD and Blu-ray collection, so I can stream I can stream anything now. I don't even have to be on my same wireless network. So if I'm like at a hotel or if I'm using like a Fire Stick, or I could just stream. Like I digitized like all my movies and TV shows. So, but what I have watched lately is Curb Your Enthusiasm just aired a new season. Their 10th season aired it on HBO.
Nice.
I think from January to March, and it's the basic storyline of the season is that Larry David gets into a argument with an acquaintance who runs a coffee shop. And he gets banned from the store, so he decides with his infinite disposable income to open up a rival store right next door and drive him out of business. He calls it a spite store.
Love it.
Was hilarious. So, yeah, I can Curb Your Enthusiasm. I can watch and rewatch. I never get tired of them, and it's
hilarious.
New episode.
Yeah,
and it's even like it was even a little bit prophetic because. One of his amenities for his coffee shop was that they'll have hand sanitizer on every single table, and that show aired when people were still starting to like panic buy all that stuff.
Oh, so that was done before this. Wow.
Yeah, so it was filmed way before.
Oh yeah, no, they filmed it last year, and if you think about it, Larry David would probably thrive in isolation, social distancing, because he just doesn't want to be near anybody.
Yeah,
I guess Jerry Seinfeld's a big germaphobe too.
For the coronavirus would be Larry David.
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld's a big germaphobe too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's not
shaking anybody's hands.
He didn't even want to take a hug from Shakira. What's her name? Kesha.
Well, he didn't know who she was.
I don't think he knew who he was.
He didn't know who she was, and he honestly didn't care.
No, he was just like, oh, another fan. Get out of here.
What's
the deal with people just showing up?
Just put your germs over there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, all right. So a lot of things. This is the time to binge watch things that you haven't seen. Is there anything that you're going to binge watch that you haven't seen?
I don't know. It's still I don't have that much more. I'm working from home kind of the same amount of hours, and I'm still in like the I haven't really had that much free time.
Well, for me, most of the stuff I put on is in the background.
Oh yeah. See, I can't get immersed in that way. If I have it on in the background, then I might see the end of it. And I'm like, okay, I don't understand exactly what happened.
Yeah, sometimes it can't. Yeah, it's hard. Some shows you could do that though. You could definitely do that,
so
like comedy.
I've done that a lot. And then, for some reason, I'm also like on YouTube. Not only am I watching like old concerts, but I'm also like checking out gear reviews, unboxings, and I'm looking at houses now too, like the Sotheby's where they have like the drone flying in around the property, and then they're filming the house itself and all the rooms.
Yeah.
So you just spying on someone's house?
No, it's like houses that are for sale, like these gigantic like mansions and like.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's like it kind of gives you like some positive things to look at. Maybe try manifesting something bigger and better.
Yeah, that's a good. Wait, Alex, do you know the name of the channel? So you can tell people?
There's a few of them. Architect Designs, one of my favorites. Sotheby's International is really good. And there's a few others. Like once you look through one of them, you're gonna get bombarded with suggestions on all the other ones.
I want to plug a podcast that I got into. Podcast.
Yeah,
is
go
also
for it.
Something big. Got into this thing, Life Kit. Real good positive show. Every day or every couple of days is something new about how you can, obviously a lot of things now is during the quarantine, so how you can spend your time, like tips for things. Just like a good, like it's called, I guess, Life Kit, to have to so like Alex was saying, something positive to like listen to. So I think we all could use that,
Yeah.
Are you doing podcasts?
I haven't done a podcast since our podcast.
No. Yeah, there's a couple I listen to, like Joe Rogan and a couple others, but nothing crazy.
Well, technically, I like
more the guests in the podcast
in my queue, I'll do like a
to
couple of, like I won't do a full podcast. I'll do like little sections of it because some of the stuff gets broken down.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'll do like little 4 or 5 minute clips.
Then what I recommend then is David Gilmour did one called The Lost Art of Conversation. It was just like 4 kind of quick podcasts, but he talks about his guitar tones and making of the albums, and it's an easy listen.
I'll be looking that up as soon as we get off this podcast.
Yep.
We'll that's what we do here.
Yep.
So for concert music and stuff, first of all, I just want to say before we forget, Alex and I did do a show last year on one of Alex's many, but we saw Alice in Chains and Korn, probably in my top 5 shows I've ever seen.
It was amazing.
Was it July last year? Oh, August of last year?
I think it was August.
Yeah, one of the best shows. They just put on a great show. Never seen Korn live before. They brought it.
Yeah.
That was my first time seeing Korn. Evan and I actually went earlier this year to see Korn with Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah, in January.
Was that up in New Hampshire or somewhere?
Yep. Snoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I see in the span of 365 days, I saw Korn twice, and I do not
Never seen
regret
them
either
before.
show. Both shows they are phenomenal live. It took me this long to realize how great they were.
Yeah, they brought it. They were good.
Like I liked them, and I was like, oh yeah, Korn's cool. I like them. There's stuff I listened to in high school and in college, and then all of a sudden, like your tastes shift and change, and when you get an opportunity to see them live, you take it, and
They didn't disappoint. Yeah, they did not disappoint.
Like you would, because they play in lower tunings and seven string guitars, so they're going for a little more bass and rhythmic stuff that you think would be muddy, or that you think would just be very low end, and the range of sound that they are able to capture is amazing.
And even Jonathan Davis's voice can still hold up. So
Yeah, he can hang.
Yeah.
That was a very good show. It was definitely my top 5 favorite one of last year. How about you guys? What shows have you seen since we've podcasted, and talked about it?
I've lost count, but I can give you some of my favorites.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's see. I saw back in 2019, around like Valentine's Day of 2019, I saw Seven Dust Tremonti. I've never seen Mark Tremonti live besides Alter Bridge, so seeing him promote like his Dying Machine album, it was fantastic. I would love to go see him again. I saw Korn and Breaking Benjamin with Evan.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the year, I saw Alice in Chains and Korn with Mike. I saw Breaking Benjamin, Chevelle, and a bunch of other bands last summer.
Breaking Benjamin's another great band. I've seen them before.
They've gotten better. I wasn't a big fan of theirs when they first started, because I always thought that their music sounded good, but I couldn't hear any of the vocals, because I remember back in the day, I'm aging myself now, but back in like 2005, I saw them with Fuel, and it was really disappointing. You couldn't hear anything that the singer was doing, and Fuel was really awesome that year too.
Yeah.
2004, my bad.
I saw. I'm trying. The only really concert I've seen this year is the Corn.
Beside you.
Is the Corn Breaking Benjamin show with Alex. Last year though, I saw Glenn Hansard. He's kind of an Irish alternative singer-songwriter. He played at the Orpheum in May. He put on a really good show.
Glenn is the one who did Once, that musical movie documentary thing.
Yes. Yeah.
So for people who might not know the name, he's the guy who did that song "Falling Slowly." You've heard the song before. You just probably don't know who it is.
Yeah.
That's Glenn Hansard.
Yep. And I've seen Ray LaMontagne. I saw him in October. He put on. I've seen him before. He puts on a fantastic.
Love
show.
Ray LaMontagne. I've seen him a few times.
Yeah. Always puts on a good show. And and I also saw the Dead and Company, which is Grateful.
Nice.
Members of the Grateful Dead with John Mayer. Saw him in, I want to say, August or so. They put on a great show. Especially when you consider that half the band is in their 80s, or the 70s and their 80s, and they're still killing it for hour and a half, 2 hours, and just wonderful, great time, great people. Some people, a lot of times if I'm in a big crowd, like at Gillette, I don't like being around that many people, but everyone's so chill and friendly, and it's just it's a great time.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I just realized how many shows I've seen. I've seen a lot, guys. This past year, I saw a lot.
And Big Wreck. Don't forget about Big Wreck.
Big Wreck was fantastic. I saw Big Wreck with Evan, and our bass player Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Spencer, not Mike Carsock, who's the co-host on this podcast.
Yeah, they know.
I saw Ghost. I saw Starset, and I think that was October of last year.
Alex and I had Incubus on the docket later this year, but that's not going to happen.
Nope. My concert in September is going to be canceled. I'm not even if they say, "Hey, go out." I'm not going to risk it. So I'll either get a refund or sell the tickets to somebody who's a little more brave than me.
Did you put a deposit? Did you have a deposit down for that date?
Well, no, I already paid for it. When you buy a ticket from Ticketmaster, you're buying the ticket, Mike.
No, for your thing.
Oh yeah, for the venue. Yeah, there was a deposit for the venue.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
yeah, I saw the Black Pumas twice last year. They were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Corn, Breaking Benjamin, Alice in Chains. It's like I saw Lenny Kravitz last year.
Look, if you didn't get coronavirus last year, being in all those people, then you're good, man.
Well, I wasn't in China, so.
Oh, hey, why do we have to go there? Come on.
You know why we have to go there. It's all their fault.
Hey, this is not a political podcast, folks. This is granola, like we said.
This vanilla is Rage Against the Machine.
Exactly. No, so you did a lot of.
I went through I went on my digital wallet. You know how Apple gives you that digital wallet, and all of a sudden it just stretched out. I'm like, oh wait, I went and saw way more shows than I realized last
I
year.
cleaned mine out. Otherwise, it gets hard to going through everything. As soon as the concert's over, I delete that pass.
No, I don't like that. For me, it's my new. It's like I used to have a scrapbook of all the shows I went to. That wallet's now my new digital scrapbook.
Yeah, until
Alex can't let go.
5 minutes of flipping through them to get to your Apple Pay or whatever you get.
Or you can just go open the Ticketmaster thing and and it'll bounce you to the tickets immediately.
Forget
you don't have to add them to your wallet to do that.
Nope, I'm good. You don't have to, but I prefer to.
Yeah.
Alex likes to look at things.
Different strokes.
Memories, man. Come on. You don't take these things for granted.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely not. And having the experience is the best part about. I think that's the big thing, a takeaway, being in the quarantine is you realize, wow, all the memories you have of doing stuff. You can't take that for granted,
Yeah.
And even Alex said on a former podcast that we were doing, he was like, take this time to spend with your family and do some quality time.
Yeah, because you're not going to get
You're not going to get this back. Yeah.
You're not going to have these opportunities, and I know that sounds like very veiled and very like sensitive, but it's like you're trapped with people that you love. You
Don't
know
say
what?
trapped.
Take it. Well, you're trapped.
Confined.
You're confined. Fine, confined. We'll clean it up. But you're with people that you love. Take advantage of that.
Exactly. Because let's face it, when we get back to, we're all going to be hungry to be doing stuff.
Because right around Christmas time, there's going to be a lot of Corona babies.
That's a good point.
I don't know. It could be, some people might go the other way, like they're kind of either like something like this might get them depressed and they might not want to recreate, or we'll see how it shakes out.
We'll see. We still got some time in this thing, but that's where we're trying to entertain people with this.
Also, I also want to commend a lot of not only the local artists, but a lot of the national artists who are canceling and postponing their tours are doing live streams on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram,
Zoom.
and a bunch of other social platforms
Nice.
to basically kind of bring hope in a city, and bring some good energy, because it's like, so it's really cool to see bands doing that,
Yeah, look, we're
doing their
living
part
in the-
to kind of work us through the situation.
We're living in the best time to be quarantined with all this, all those technology. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So
I guess on the plus side, we don't have to worry about Tom Brady getting the Super Bowl before Bill Belichick.
why do you have to bring that up, dude? We were doing so good.
Yeah,
We're doing so good. Bringing up the fact that Tom Brady's in TB with Gronkowski and not up here. That doesn't hurt. That doesn't hurt. That doesn't bother me at all.
Actually, you know what? I like Tom Brady. I'm grateful
I
for
do
the.
too. He gave us 20
anyone who has
years.
an issue with that should probably look back about 20 years when we were 6-10 or 5-11 and 4-12 with a nice guy named Drew Bledsoe, but maybe didn't have the best skills on the field. Helped Tom Brady develop a lot, but let's look back at the Bledsoe and Grogan era where, 1 or 2 Super Bowls, lost both, and then it was single win seasons.
Dude, let's face it. He gave us the best 20 years, and so no one can ever take that away. We have that. We have that.
Jordan elevated the game of basketball, and he is the overall GOAT in my opinion. I think when you look at athletes, but no, Michael Jordan's. And I'm watching the Last Dance documentary. I've already seen the first 2 episodes. It's intense and it's beautiful and it's amazing. Michael Jordan.
Were you crying a little bit?
You're crying a little bit.
Yeah, somebody's crying.
You're crying.
a little bit.
But
No.
it was amazing. And, I grew up in that Jordan era as well. I was a kid and everyone wanted to be like Mike and want to play basketball. He elevated the game to another level. I think Tom Brady can't be compared to that because he didn't necessarily elevate football. He did elevate a team. And the dynasty lasted longer. Yeah, there was periods where they weren't winning Super Bowls, but in a 20-year career, half your career you've made to the Super Bowls.
Dude, that is
And
unthinkable, especially in an era with its free agents.
90% of your career you were a division leader, division winner, and then always making it to the AFC Championship game. So you always the consistency that was there.
He's the GOAT in my opinion. I'm sorry.
He's the greatest of all time for football.
I haven't used the
Absolutely.
term GOAT.
There's nobody that comes. Joe Montana might have been 4-0, but Joe Montana didn't do anything when he left either.
He got to it 4 times. I don't like that argument. People are like, oh, he's 4-0. Yeah, you know what? Brady got to it 9 times.
and he's 6-3.
And 6-3.
And let's be real, there was.
And then he could one or two of those Super Bowls could have gone another way anyway. So
Yeah. I mean, when you're throwing, 589 pass yards and score 38 points, you're not expecting to lose the game.
yeah, they just sat your best cornerback, Belichick. But it's okay.
And then there's the lucky catch from David Tyree in 2008, which I didn't think was a catch, but
it was a catch.
it wasn't
Whatever.
a catch. Whatever. We're not doing this, Mike. We're not going.
We're not doing it. No, we're not.
Single-handedly.
No,
We're not doing this. This is all your fault, Mike.
Alex, you're displacing.
Yeah.
I'm not displacing.
You're
Anyways.
single-handedly-
So yeah, I mean, Yeah, so I hope sports come back just to get us through. By the way, my brother was telling me the fourth sport that might come back, and I think I agree with him. It's probably going to be NASCAR, just because of the way it works. You know, the
Bunch
style
of
the
idiots
sport.
in fast cars. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, Steve, you heard that, so you know.
Turn into like kind of a survival of the fittest experiment.
That's what they should do. They should make NASCAR into the brand new Thunderdome.
That would be weird, dude. That would just be weird.
Thunderdome. Hey, we're like, look, the purge is already going to happen. Give it another year. It's going to be legal.
See, we knew we see we're keeping this podcast light, right, folks? Light and positive.
It started off very light, very
So
positive.
what new music have you guys been listening to?
I know. And then you stop.
As the sun goes down, so does that positivity.
Evan and I were keeping this positive. You just
Yeah.
went out of nowhere.
All right, music
It took
in
a turn.
2020. What's been in your playlist? What have you been listening to in 2020 for music?
All right. Alex?
Well, I haven't been listening to whole albums, actually, because a lot of the stuff I've been listening to is like a couple of singles and pre-orders for those albums. I've been listening to the new Biffy Clyro, which is The End Of. It has... it's called... the name of the song's End Of, and they also have another single, Instant History, that's a celebration of endings. And then I'm also listening to the new Bush,
Is that
which
good?
is called The Kingdom. It's got 2 songs on it so far, Flowers on the Grave and Bullet Holes, which was also on the John Wick soundtrack like a year or so back.
Yeah.
I'm also checking, I'm going to plug my album again. True North is very great. Check it out.
It is. I'll vouch. I'm not in the band. I have nothing to gain. So it's a good album.
Yeah.
It's
By the way, James Blunt's Monsters off of Once Upon a Mind is phenomenal. That's one of those things where you say, I'm not crying, you're crying, but you're really crying.
Like you were earlier? Yeah.
Yeah. The New Weekend's pretty good. Town Meeting, which is a band based out of North Central Mass. They're a fantastic group. They're,
What town? Fitchburg?
they're all over the place, like Westminster, Fitchburg.
Gardner.
They're everywhere.
All right.
But Town Meeting, got to give a shout out to them and give them some props because they've got a great sound, and it's like a blend of like Americana and country. It's like you got like a little bit of Jason Isbell in there, and a little bit of Springsteen, and a little bit of, you know, like Brandi Carlile influences, but it's their own sound, and the way they mix it and do it is great. So they put out a single recently called A Goddamn Song, and it's fantastic. So
Nice.
shout out to those guys.
Like Alex said, the word blend. I've been listening to just a blend of stuff with things I like from rock. Not a lot of new stuff, I guess. I guess I should, if you have suggestions of place to check out new stuff.
I got some suggestions for you.
All right.
Check out all the songs that are available on Surface Sounds from Kaleo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reunions from Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit. They've got like 4 or 5 songs up on that album, which is fantastic. And then Red, they're a little heavier, but
I like Red.
they just put an album out recently called Declaration. That's really good.
Nice. Yeah. Basically, I've been listening to rock and
then
mostly rock and country.
And then there's also a British group called Piston. They're kind of a throwback to like 80s rock, like GNR meets The Cult. It's not necessarily like hair metal like Poison, but more like Guns N' Roses meets The Cult, and like that kind of, and that like Def Leppard, that vein.
I thought it was pronounced
80s.
pissed on because there's like a star between the T and the O, like pissed on, not piston, because they've been around
that makes
for a while.
sense.
No, that's a different group.
Okay.
The group you're talking about you used to be called Pissed On. When they got signed to a label in the 90s, they had to change it to Pissed In, but they were called Pissed On, and the label said we can't put that out.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that I have that group too. I have that single, but this is a group from the UK called Piston.
Gotcha.
And they're really good, very talented group there too. So, I'm just also going to get, this came out last year, but again, we haven't done the music thing in a while. So the new Highly Suspect, MCID, fantastic. 16 Canals, Arizona. These Days are all fantastic songs.
All right. Next time I'll bring some of these to the table. I'll let you know what I think of them.
Yeah, like even New Alter Bridge, which I know came out last year. But again, we haven't done this in a while, so want to plug that one too because it's really good.
What about you, Evan?
Well, it's in kind of the theme of, well, it's not really a theme. I'm always into 90s music, but Pearl Jam finally put out a album for the first one since 2013, so that's about 7 years.
Yeah.
How is it?
The first single they released, Dance of the Clairvoyance, was kind of more of an 80s Talking Heads influence song, which I love.
It did have that kind of vibe. I heard that.
Yeah, Alex sent me that one, and I thought the same thing. It sounded 80s.
Yeah, it was refreshing though, the rest of the
It sounded good.
a nice mix of like the kind of the garage rock that they've done since the Avocado album, like Super Blood Wolf Moon and Quick Escape, and there's a lot of other really good like Vedder like singer-songwriter inspired ones that like Eddie Vedder tunes. There's a really good acoustic one called Comes Then Goes, and there's also one that he does on an organ. He actually played it for a coronavirus fundraising concert over the weekend called River Cross. It's the last song on the album, and it took me a few listens to get it to kind of immerse in it because it's very diverse and it's very complex, but it was well worth the wait.
All right, check that out.
Stone Temple Pilots put out an acoustic album a couple months ago. I think either last month or the month before, called Perdita. It's kind of
it's an acoustic album.
You guys have heard it, but it's a lot of it's like Spanish guitar influenced.
Yeah, they have a few good songs on that one. I have that album too, Evan.
Yeah. And it's just it was.
That's interesting. A Spanish vibe with STP.
Well, it's not necessarily a Spanish vibe. It's basically played on a Spanish classic, which is a nylon string acoustic, which it's smaller frame body, so it produces a different sound from your regular acoustic.
Yeah. So
I gotta check it out.
yeah,
I'm not one who does like the full acoustic albums, but this one was a good listen.
Yeah. Check it out if you like it. You like it.
Yeah, I think anybody who likes Stone Temple Pilots will like this album.
Yeah. It's not much different than like the more acoustic stuff on Purple or on Shangri-La Di Da or.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're expecting core, it's not going to be there for you, but there's some good sounds on it, and Jeff Gutt, or as Alex would call him, Not Scott, he does a good job with this.
I do call him Not Scott.
Okay.
And a lot of other bands, especially because it's a lot of bands have been tending to release singles or EPs, especially with the coronavirus. I guess it's easier to promote online a single than a whole album. So Angels and Airwaves just put out a new single called All That's Left.
The Tom DeLonge Band. Nice.
Yep. I like Tom DeLonge. I haven't got a chance to listen to this one, honestly, just because I just found out that they released it, but Sparta, Trust the River. I don't know if you guys remember Sparta.
I love Sparta.
Yep. Yeah,
They used part of At the Drive-In with Mars Volta.
Yeah, I literally was on iTunes and just checking, and I was like, holy shit, Sparta put out an album. I hadn't heard anything about it, but I'll let you know on the next podcast what it is. I'm into kind of experimental alt. I don't know if you guys like Bon Iver, but he just put out a single called PDLIF, which stands for Please Don't Live in Fear. And it's kind of some of the earliest music that's like inspired by these times, and they probably just wrote it, recorded it, and put it out really quick. And actually, Billy Joe Armstrong just released a cover of I Think We're Alone Now, and that's pretty kick-ass.
Interesting. That's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I think he also did Manic Monday, didn't he?
I don't know. I heard, I saw the Think We're Alone Now, but he could have done Manic Monday. But
there should definitely be some good music coming out of this era, if there's anything coming out of this quarantine times.
You're gonna get like a lot of like big albums because people would probably want to tour it, unfortunately. But as long as somebody can have their own studio setup and can record whenever, I think the only thing the music industry can really do now is kind of have surprise, spontaneous releases of music that artists create kind of in real time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. So Pearl Jam, Stone Temple Pilots, Bon Iver, Angels and Airwaves. That's basically what I've been listening to most recently. Killers have a new single. The album hasn't gotten released yet, but the Killers just put out a song called "Caution." Got a great sound to it. Kind of if you like the last couple albums, you'll like this one.
Okay.
And that's what I've been listening to a lot. At least the new stuff.
All right. Well, I'll definitely have to do some listening and come back, in a future podcast and with some new, Spotify ideas from this.
Yeah.
Also want to plug some Linda. She hasn't sang in over 20 years, but I've also been into Linda Ronstadt a lot lately. I love her, and her music is fantastic. I've kind of been doing this deep dive into her back catalog too.
Nice. You know what I've been jumping into too?
Also
Kind
saw
of on
that
that same.
documentary as well. It was really well made. I recommend anybody who likes the Eagles or likes Linda Ronstadt and likes a good musical documentary, check out The Sound of My Voice by Linda Ronstadt.
Nice. I've actually been listening to some James Taylor, believe it or not. And
Nope, I don't like.
That's all James Taylor. He's Boston guy. Got to represent your home state.
Yeah, actually, he's made me think of him. We took a trip out to Western Mass to go not too long ago, just to take a car ride out there, and he's from Lenox, which is way out there.
Yeah.
And so it made me think of it. I was like, I just put on some of his covers and tunes. I'm like, this guy can jam pretty good.
He can jam. He can jam.
Yeah.
I was a little disillusioned. It took me much longer than I'm proud to admit that I didn't realize that he had covered that Buddy Holly song.
Which one?
What's James Taylor's biggest hit?
Well, he does.
I don't know.
There's a few of them, like Fire and Rain.
Fire and
Bayou.
Up on the Roof. How sweet it is.
Yeah.
How sweet it is. No, I'll tell you which one it is. Right.
That's not a Buddy Holly song.
I'm going to tell you which one's the Buddy Holly song.
I don't know. You brought it up, so now you got to back it up.
Give me a second. Jeez.
Jeez.
Every day. I just said every day. God.
I have to hear it. I don't know it by title. I have to hear it.
It's not going to come out well here, and we don't have the legal copyright, but I'm going to play it anyway.
Every day.
Oh, I know what song you're talking about.
I like the Buddy Holly version better.
Yeah.
Like, it was just way too,
Poppy.
I'm going to be nice.
Is that too peanut butter and hopscotch?
No. The Buddy Holly one is it's very poppy, very up. The slowed down acoustics thing where he's singer-songwriter covering somebody else's stuff kind of pisses me off.
Well, anyways, I've been listening to James Taylor, and it's been good. It's good vibe to keep you relaxed.
Yeah, easy listening, kind of. Yeah, I hear you.
All right,
we've been blabbing on long enough. If you're still tuned in after all this, God bless you.
Yeah, thank you.
We didn't even talk about movies, though. Did we talk about movies?
No, you want to save it for?
I'll save it for the next episode.
It's like we're almost 40 minutes into this.
Yeah, we'll save it. We'll do movies
episode
next time.
3. We're going to talk movies.
Yeah, we're back, baby.
At least for now.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, at least as long as this quarantine lasts.
Yeah, we got time.
Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Evan.
This is Mike.
And this is Alex.
Peace out.
See ya.
Later.